out, hand in, right foot high, left Gaston.
I just got back from a month-long expedition in Madagascar. Then I was on the road. And now that I started a business, I'm definitely trying to find this balance of how much I train and travel, but also being able to really focus on my health and nutrition and everything else that kind of goes into high performance.
Hey, what's up? I'm Sasha D. Julian. I'm a pro rock climber, and this is Train Like a Pro. Right now I'm in Pittsburgh traveling for work, and I'm at this awesome gym called Ascend. I really wanted to get in some training, so I'm gonna do a little bit of a warm up, then maybe hit the wall and lift some weights.
Typical training structure is really a challenging concept for me because my life is constantly changing and I'm constantly in new places, whether I'm on an expedition or training for a big goal that's like 6 months out. So that really dictates what sort of phase I'm in my training cycle.
Now that I've been climbing for 26 years, I find that my body just feels a lot better both on the wall and after climbing the next day if I've done a proper warm up. The first thing that I do, it looks funny, it has a purpose. It's called a myofascial release. So it's basically just to like wake up my muscle fibers and all of my body, just get it like moving and fluid. First thing I'll do is just like extend out my fingers, and this is just like awakening the chain of my body. I normally like to do dynamic stretching to start and static stretching at the end. This just opens my shoulders. I feel like since I had double hip reconstructive surgery, I have really tight hips. I just like to do as much mobility work as I can to also strengthen and awaken my glutes before climbing, but also just mobilizing the ball and socket in my hip joint.
During COVID was when I had double hip reconstructive surgery. My femur head was essentially popping out of the socket on both sides. I needed to have my pelvic bone split into 4 pieces on both sides and reconstructed, and the femur head shaved down and a deeper socket built. And so what that did to me was it changed the entire way that I move on the wall. And it enabled me this window to really look at my life and say, like, how can I really optimize what I'm doing and be a better athlete and just feel better in life in general? Coming back into a sport, knowing that I need to, build my body back from ground up, so to speak. I needed to integrate a lot more strength and explosivity into my training rather than just rely on flexibility.
When you're climbing, you're not only carrying your whole body weight, but you're also wearing a harness full of heavy gear. So in order to have just really a lot of power, I find weighted pull-ups help a lot. I do, when I'm home and I'm training, work with a strength and conditioning coach. So normally she's kind of watching my weights. But when I'm on the road, I really try and focus on my form over pushing my max, because you don't want to get hurt while lifting, and I feel like that's one of the main things that you expose yourself to when you're on the road. Conditions change, your body's more tired sometimes, and I always just find it's really important to stay within a comfortable scope.
Weightlifting has such a stigma on the female side because societally we've tried to be as small and as thin as we can and not owned our bodies for the tools that they can be to enable us to do really rad things. For a long time, I felt even really insecure about how wide my shoulders are and how muscular my body is. I think that learning to change the way that I looked at it and really see my body in a way that I really appreciate it and be actually these shoulders that I was kind of shy about enable me to do these really badass things.
That's a good design, whoever designed that. I find that starting on the hangboard, even just for 5 minutes, makes a big difference for injury prevention before I pull onto the wall. And then if I'm doing a hangboarding workout, I'll do like weighted hangs where I add weight and hang from like different edge sizes. Or I'll do repeaters, which are normally like 7 seconds of hanging, 3 seconds off, 7 seconds of hanging, 3 seconds off for like up to a minute, and then take a minute off and then do the same. That really trains finger endurance. I actually find bouldering is an incredible way to train for larger walls outside because it's really condensed movement and I'm able to really work on my technique and my strength and my power. So while traveling, climbing gyms are a really accessible way for me to stay on top of training.
Through these surgeries, not only was I told by a myriad of doctors, like, you will not return to professional climbing, and I was like, you won't tell me that I won't return. I'm definitely returning to climbing. I couldn't imagine a world where I didn't, and I think that so much of training is mental as well. It's like, what are the things that we tell ourselves, and then like, how do we get through those hard times? That was a big part of me approaching training in a smarter way. I built like a team of nutritionists, physical therapists, in large part thanks to Red Bull. Going through all of that, they really armed me with really intelligent people in those spaces. Creating an overall plan is helpful, whether you're, a professional athlete or just trying to go and do like a cool race or like some new line that winter that you want to ski, whatever it is, it all kind of circles back to like, how do you not get injured? How do you continue to progress? How do you just feel good? And what's that routine look like?